Poutine, Justin Bieber, Tim Hortons, Call Me Chris. The list goes on, but I believe I made my point that Canada has only been known for generating subpar products and people. That all changed when I found the exceptional product made by the fine people at Splitfire. And get this, they're Canadian. Greetings and salutations, everybody. Wanted to show you today, pretty cool product, Splitfire 2203. It is hydraulic powered. The setup I have here is my MX 6000 and a Sun Hydraulics rear remote kit. And what it does is this connects to the Power Beyond port of the loader and then comes in, connects, and then cuts you off. 2 rear remotes. I have the button right there. That one with the red top on it actually will hold down when you push the button, because in order for this to function, you have to send hydraulic fluid in the in port, and then when you push this back and forth, it shoots it back on the out port, because all this is a cylinder. Problem is, unless you want to hold a button, or if you had the factory rear remotes, it's just a lever and you'd have to have something tie it down to hold it in one direction. One of the things that happened when I called them, the people at Splitfire, and ordered this, they asked me what tractor I was putting it on, and they went and looked at tractor data, and they warned me that the cycle time was going to be kind of low. And I asked him why he thought that was, and he said it's because, well, you have a 9 GPM for the MX 6000 for the overall pump flow, but you have a 3-ish GPM for the power steering. He thought, long story short, he thought that it was going to rob it, so I was going to sit at about 6 GPM, which according to their website would put me around a 10-ish second cycle time, 10 if not 12, 13 second cycle time. Now, I don't know what they mean by cycle time, because this thing was able to do it in about sub 6 seconds, unless the cycle time is all the way forward, all the way back. But I don't know why they would count that on a Splitfire, because it's in the name. This thing has a blade on each end, and that's not an accident, so you can just swip it around. It's so you can actually, once you're done splitting the log going all the way this way, put a log back on there and run the blade the other way. It's inexpensive. This model's, I believe, like $1,300 base. I got the stand because otherwise this thing is pretty heavy, so it sits right on top of there when I'm not using it. There is an option for a $1,300 PTO powered edition. The external pump would mount here, and they would just hook into the rear PTO, so I could get an extra couple seconds maybe. I don't know. Another thing that you'll notice, there's some mounting holes on this side. That's because there's another option you can get, even with the smallest model, is a log lifter. So it could go all the way down on the ground. You can roll a fairly heavy log onto that, and it will lift it up into position for you. If you don't have a tractor and you still would love the split technology, I mean, the main thing Splitfire is known for, I believe they're the only ones that do this, is the double-edged blade, where the hydraulic cylinder is on the inside of here, and that slides back and forth. You'll see it in operation in a minute here. So if all you want is that functionality, you can get it, because they have a self-powered unit, standalone unit on that you can normally get. It's a little more expensive because you have a hydraulic system and a motor now, so I believe it's an extra like $500 to $600 for that. But for those of us with tractors, this option is kind of a no-brainer in my opinion. You will put hours on your engine, but I mean, I'm barely putting 200 on in a year, so, and for the 1 or 2 hours it's going to take me to split and fill one of these, it's well worth not having to deal with another engine. All right, so there it is. There's my setup. Here's my makeshift lumber yard out in my woods here, and I'll eventually be grabbing more of these dead trees and splitting all of the dead stuff. So this seemed like a great spot. Let's get splitting. All right, I'm gonna rev it up to 1,500 RPM or so. The only thing that'll hurt running at low RPM is that diesel particulate filter. So I might have to run a regen after 20, 30 hours of doing this, but whatever. Next thing I got to do is power up the splitter. There we go. Now it is ready to go. Just before I split, I'll show you that cycle time. There you go, roughly 5 seconds, 6 seconds maybe. Same thing in reverse, but you can see here's the cylinder and it's just pushing it. They do say in the manual to not grease this, where these will just wear over time. They're a different type of material. I don't even think they're metal, just spray painted. So they do sell a kit to replace this, and it's pretty easy replacement. Just a couple of bolts, slide that out, slide the plates out, good to go. So I'm probably gonna buy a kit of that just to keep it on hand. There's a little pre-split one. Beautiful. It's 24 inches. So I cut the logs at, I don't know, 12 to 18. 1 foot fits well in a little fireplace there. Split this one more time, huh? That was a little light, but whatever. Do a beefy one. I am pushing it all the way just because. Oh, look at that. Yeah, it's a plastic wear plate. Okay, they just spray painted it. Let's see how that does. Hey, it did it. They said don't worry about the debris because it kind of just pushes it out, this hole here. But they did say if you put grease in there, it will make dirt, dust, everything sort of clog it up. So they warn you explicitly not to do that. Well, that already split. All right. This stuff's been sitting for a little bit. Yeah, that's plenty fast for me. There we go. There you have it. First couple of splits. Oh, pardon me. Yeah, so you get the idea. It's plenty fast for this setup. The video they have online, the Splitfire people, they show it with a 20 or I think a 30 or 40 horse Kubota. And then when I looked that up on Tractor Data, it had like a flow rate of like 21 GPM on the main pump. That seemed odd to me. I don't know if I believe that, but I mean, in their video, it was running about as fast as my tractor's running it. So I don't know if just Kubota records their pump flow rate differently, or Kubota gives you kind of like the lowest optimal at idle flow rate after everything is robbed or something. Or if, say, the power steering pump adds to the flow rate of the main pump. I don't know. All I know is this tractor ran great. I believe the flow rate on the BX I have is like 6 GPM. So I could probably even plumb something up to run off of the backhoe remotes. Potentially run it through that. It might be something that I try, because I wouldn't mind putting hours on that little thing. I do need this guy to be able to lift up those once they're full. So I mean, I kind of need this at the lumberyard anyways. Well, anyways, I'm rambling. This product, in case my intro didn't tell you, I mean, this is the first time I used it, and just the fact that it's got the double split was already making me willing to give this a huge thumbs up. The best product I've ever seen come out of Canada. Probably the only good thing to come out of Canada. If you've got trees and you don't want to take care of another engine, or say you do and you just want the double split, Splitfire, great place. This is 18 ton, by the way. They have other models that go up to, I don't know, 40 ton. I don't know, I'll throw something on the screen to see what their biggest model is. But yeah, can't go wrong with them. Wanted to give you my 2 cents on that. So until next time, I'm the ill-informed human. Goodbye.